Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to make money on social media and how to monetize your YouTube channel, even your Instagram channel, without having to hit those metrics for monetization. So my name is Mandy Summers. I'm the creator and founder of summerschool.com, and I have been making money on YouTube and Instagram for over 5 years now, and I'm so excited to share with you how to do this. Now, what I'm going to share today really shifted the way that I did business 5 years ago when I learned this whole concept. And that's the concept of knowing where you're going to lead your people anytime you create content. Back then, I was set on creating content and hoping that something would happen from there, not realizing there are 8 critical steps in every customer journey that as a business owner, especially one online, you have to figure out what your customer journey looks like. So step 1 is bringing awareness. And this is really where I feel like people get stuck and hung up on, and they spend all their time. And that is in the awareness category when you are truly there to create content and present your content to the public, bring awareness to it. The problem with that is a lot of times we create the content, but we don't necessarily have the hooks. We don't have any kind of call to action, and we're not telling them what the next step is for consuming your content or working with you. And so we end up in this endless cycle of just nonstop, constant content creation with really no results. And we wonder, why is this not working? Well, it's not working because it doesn't stop there. Awareness is step 1 of 8 steps throughout this entire process of learning how to convert online and learning how to build a brand and gather and really solidify your online presence. And so step 1 is we bring awareness, and we can do this either through our reels, our shorts, our YouTube videos. You can even do it on LinkedIn and Pinterest, and on summerschool.com, we have courses for all of these on how, whichever platform you're wanting to be on, how to bring awareness in that platform. I personally have done millions of dollars of sales in Facebook groups. I've also done millions of dollars of sales on YouTube, and we haven't quite done $1 million of sales on Instagram because we just started that this year, but we have done tens of thousands of dollars of sales on Instagram. And so I've learned that it doesn't matter what platform you're on, you still have to know what that customer journey is. And it's a little different depending on which platform you are working on. And so understanding that. Well, step 2 is the engagement portion. So it's not just about posting content. Now, once we've posted that, we have to begin engaging with the customer, which is why it's so important to ask for content or comments in anytime you're creating on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You want them to comment back. It's like we have to bring them into the community. We have to get them to start engaging. In fact, if you want to engage in my community, you can jump into our Monetize Your Social groups in the comments below. You'll find it in the description and also the very top pinned comment. And so step 2 is always to get them to engage, to bring them in. How are you going to bring them in so that they can learn more? They can get more tips from you. They can get to know you a little bit better before they make that purchase, that decision to purchase, I should say. So step 3 is, I like to call this step the micro commitment step. And actually, when you're asking them to engage, there's also micro commitments there. But this is the subscribe portion. And if you've ever watched any videos on lead magnets, that's what this is. The subscribe portion is where they are making a little bit more of a commitment. They're giving you, and it's an exchange. So they're giving you maybe an email, or they're connecting on Facebook. And so you now have them in a group, something like that. So that subscribe portion is so important because it's that first commitment beyond just commenting below or maybe sliding into the DMs, things like that. The subscribe portion is really where those opt-ins, the freebies, the lead magnets belong. And so you go from, and I'll give you a little bit of an example. So if I were to post on YouTube about my Chatbot Mastery course, I could say something like, create some sort of short reel that's like, are you looking to automate your responses and get sales in your sleep? If so, comment sleep below and I will send you my guide on how to create a chatbot. That's actually a really good one. I think I'm going to create a guide for a chatbot because I know we could get probably 100 new leads in the matter of a day or two with just that. And so it speaks to, number one, I've created the content. It's asking them to engage, to comment below, and then we are getting them to subscribe. So once they comment, they're going to get a link to go to a landing page, a funnel page, where they put their information in. It's an exchange. They're giving me their email in exchange for I'm giving them something super valuable, which will be a chatbot guide. And that is our subscribe portion. Now, this is where the nurturing really begins. And this is why I'm so passionate about making sure that you are setting up a solid system, a system that's beyond just creating your content, batch creating. No, you have to have a system of how you're going to take them through each one of these. And I personally love to use Social Fox for my system. It helps me on every single step of the journey. And you can find the link below for that. This is where I do all of my funnel building, my emails, my memberships, my courses, even my online communities are there now. So I absolutely love it. I recommend it for all of my clients. And I've got more videos on that, so you can find them either up in the cards or down in the description. Now, once we get through, that's step 3. Once we get through the subscribe portion, it's now time to move into the convert portion. Now, occasionally people will convert before this. And so I don't want you to think this is like hard, fast, like you can't let them purchase until they get to this point. But for me, it was very important for me to see that process and to visualize it so that I knew as a creator what I was leading them to next, what the next step was. What I found before that was I was creating content and I was just hoping for a comment. Like, that's it. No, it's like you want more than a comment. You want to lead them to engage and then subscribe, and then from the subscribe to a conversion. And that often happens either through paid advertising or through email campaigns and additional content that you're pushing out. Maybe it's free classes. I offer a ton of free classes. I go live so often where I'm teaching how to build out a system or how to do your chat bots or how to get seen on Pinterest or Facebook groups, any of those types of things. And those are really my conversion events. Once somebody has found me, they've exchanged that in that subscribe portion where they've given me their email, they then get access to all of my free trainings that then from there lead into my Lead Masters monthly subscription, where we teach our students how to create ads that convert and really throw fuel on the fire of that conversion, because you can do a ton of organic, but paid advertising also has a place for it. And so for me personally, I grew my YouTube channel to 10,000 subscribers without any paid advertising until, well, actually right now, I'm actually thinking about starting paid advertising because I think that there's so much value in that. But then on some of my other businesses, I've used a ton of Facebook advertising, Google advertising on the Google search. All of those things have a place, and they're another way that you could bring leads in. That's another way to bring awareness and then get them to engage and then get them to subscribe. And then they come into these conversion events. So the convert portion is number 4. This is classes, webinars, appointments, live things where you're pitching whatever the product is. Then the 5th one is that Excite module. I actually love this one. And this is where in our academy, this is where we teach how to build out courses. Because when you have a course that you've created and you've sold somebody into it, they are so excited to get in and be able to start learning the minute they purchase that product from you. And so we go through, at least for me, the Excite portion is where I put all of my courses and membership sites so that they can go in and they can just watch those videos. I want them to feel excited. I want them to feel hopeful with their business. I want them to feel like they've got somebody on their side. And then the next step, so number 6, is actually ascend. And this is, if you've been in any of my classes, you know I talk about getting from point A to point B. Your job as an online content creator is to provide a solution. And the ascend portion of the customer journey is where they get from point A and they've taken off in the airplane and they're hitting point B, which is the destination. That's what they want to do. And I like to think of this as like they're ascending upward. You're helping them take steps to that better life, the better business, the better emotional state, whatever it is that you're helping people do online. You are focusing in on helping them up level whatever you're servicing. And so that's the ascend. This is where the results come. So we have Excite before, which is where they're learning. Ascending is where they're applying what they're learning. And you can do lots of things to help with that along the way. You can set up email reminders. You can set up one-on-one appointments. You can do live trainings with them. And that is really important in the Ascend portion. I'm trying to give you examples of how I have set up my customer journey so you can see that it's more than just posting online, because so often that's what we think. Oh, we're going to post and we're going to get all these sales. No, there's so much more to that. So you can retain those people and really help them to create that success. And then once you've done that, the 7th portion is they become an advocate, and they really become somebody who's passionate about your system, and because they've seen results. And I like to add here some continuing education for them. A lot of times my students, I'll add a course or two. I'll say, hey, good job. And so here's a free course that you get from that. It's continuing education. It builds their belief even more. And then the final step is promoter, where they become a referrer, like your top referrer. That's what we want. We want them to feel inspired to share this with their friends. And that is because you've taken them through this entire process. You brought awareness. You engaged with them. They engaged with you. They subscribed to your content. They downloaded something. They watched a video. They did something. There was some sort of an exchange. They then got into your classes, your content even deeper. You opened up things to them because they subscribed. It's like every step you want to think. I like to think of gates opening. It's like now there's even more for them to learn. And from that convert module, or that convert in our academy, it's a module. But from that converting section, they then become super excited. They purchase and they begin to learn, and they love that. And then from there, they start to have success, and they begin to ascend to this up-level place that they wanted to be, where finally they're seeing results and they become an advocate, and they get even more education and so much more that they are just drawn to share this with other people. When I figured out how to really set up a successful customer journey, and it's not just one, because if you sell multiple products, you're going to have different customer journeys for those products. When I figured this out, that's when everything shifted for me. That's when I was able to have my first 6-figure day. It was when I began hosting really successful online launches, and it's really where I began to help people succeed, because I was able to organize the process for them. And so my invitation to you today is to sit down and really write out that customer journey. It does not end with posting your content. That is the beginning. That is step 1. There are still 7 other steps that come along with that. And when you have that long-term vision, you are able to create a much more powerful customer experience for them that will lead to way more sales than before. If you found value in this content, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. If you're interested in checking out some of our courses, you'll find them at sommerschool.com, and that's SOMMERS, and you'll find that in the description below. I would love to hear what your niche is. Go ahead and put that in the comments so we can cheer you on. And even if you've got questions on how to really craft your customer journey around that niche, go ahead and put that in the comments below, and we will see you in the next video.